All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Album Book Club. This week, we are going to subject poor Carson here to some pedals.
Yeah, I'm a relatively new guitar player. I don't know what a lot of them do, and luckily, Karl has a boatload of pedals that he's willing to let me try out and see if I can guess them and see what they do.
All right, let's get started.
I'm afraid.
Probably should be. So this is going to be the first pedal we're showing Carson. What we tried to do was come up with a general pedal board order, which should help your guessing.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go ahead and play a little bit. I'll turn it on.
I mean...
That's the pedal on.
Can I see the front of the pedal?
I don't know. I think that takes away the fun of the experience.
Okay, so...
I'll turn the pedal off.
Okay, so it's a pedal that turns off your guitar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, wait, don't turn it around yet. You said the front of this pedal matters a lot.
Yep.
It turns off your guitar. No sounds coming through. I can only assume that it's some type of tuner,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, you're dead on. It's Boss TU3.
All right. Okay, so I have a Boss DS1 for distortion. I think it's neat that it doesn't come all the way through. Hey, my E is in tune. Oop. Oh yeah. I don't know if it needs any more explanation than the fact that it's a tuner, and that's why it's important.
Yeah, we're satisfied it's in tune, I think. This is a silent cable, so now I can do this. All right.
Am I allowed to open my eyes now?
I think so. I think
Cool.
you probably could figure it out based on what it was. Now, normally this would be at your feet. Just gonna do that for a second so we can get some top shot. This is a wah-wah pedal, which is got kind of an interesting history. They were actually originally invented for trumpet. Supposed to work like a plunger on trumpet and give you that same sound. So this was originally invented for a trumpet player called Clyde McCoy was the guy's name. But this is a wah pedal.
All right, cool. And when I play a note, that's awesome.
So most people play it with their foot, and then while they strum, they're rocking back and forth. And since you're not doing this, you don't do what all guitar players do and move your mouth as you're moving the wah. It's you'll never unsee it now. You'll know when a guitar player is playing a wah because they will make the thing with their mouth.
Wow, wow, wow.
But it's also very common to just take it and just leave it halfway on and give you a little bit of cut in an ensemble. It's essentially a filter, so it's just taking and peaking a spot in the frequency band, and then you're sweeping it by rocking the treadle here.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that sounds really cool.
It's cool when used
Like, properly.
yeah, non-egregiously.
Yeah, well, I guess we're ready for the next one. So this one's green. I can tell that from the back.
All right,
So what guitar pedals are green?
go ahead and strum, and I'll turn it on. Ready?
So is this distortion or overdrive? Is it one of those two?
I mean, sort of.
Sort of.
I mean, we're.
You know, it makes a power chord sound good, so. Did that get Logan?
God, you're so new.
Yeah, for real. Oh, what the hell is that?
That's a sign of a good one of these, that it's picking up radio stations. We're getting it just very subtly. You may not be able to hear it on the audio.
I can kind of hear it through here, yeah.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit of radio static. That's good. That's a sign that it's a good one.
So, Karl, I like how this pedal sounds a lot. What is it?
This, sir, is a way huge Russian pickle.
A what?
Yeah, a way huge Russian pickle.
Okay.
But it's a fuzz.
Okay, so a fuzz.
So this is based on a Big Muff. So this is a clone of a Russian Big Muff, so it's called a Russian pickle.
Got it.
Yeah, they actually don't make this one anymore due to political tensions, but very, very common pedal. The Big Muff makes everything better. It's one of those pedals, but it's a fuzz.
All right, I still don't really know what a fuzz is.
It's interesting because generally people say it has to do with how the circuit's designed, but that's not true at all. It really just has to do with kind of how hard the distortion is. An overdrive is typically something that sounds like an amp being turned up all the way. Okay. The point of an overdrive is to be able to play your amp quieter and still get the tone you want out of it. A distortion is a little more than that. It's a little more brutal, got a little rougher edges. We're starting to get sounds that cannot come out of an amp normally, or at least shouldn't come out of an amp normally. A fuzz is something that really can't come out of an amp. For a lot of people, or for me, the defining feature of a fuzz is that it does something similar to either a square wave or a triangle wave. So you get this thing that very much sounds like a reed instrument. And that's actually what fuzz was originally invented for. Fuzz was originally invented to make a guitar sound like a saxophone.
That's interesting because we just went from trumpet.
Yeah. Yeah, so the history of effects, when they first started designing these effects in the 60s, is they didn't think anyone would use them on guitar.
Oh, okay. So, like, are almost all of them based around other instruments?
Stuff that's vintage is. Yeah. So the Big Muff's been around for a while, late 60s, but this particular one is based on an early 90s pedal that was made in Russia out of old plane and tank parts, out of new old stock stuff. So there is some cool stuff in Big Muff history. If you guys want us to do that, I'm happy to do a deep dive. I've got a few, and we can talk a little bit. But there's a lot of different flavors of fuzz. That's probably something we'll have to deep dive on later. But generally, the safest fuzz for most people is either a Big Muff or something like a fuzz face. The fuzz face is the Jimi Hendrix sound.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but very classic sounding. For me, I know it's a Big Muff when I hear something that reminds me of the Smashing Pumpkins. Because all the rhythm guitar tracks on those were Big Muff.
It definitely sounds cool. I like it a lot.
Big Muffs are great. In fact, they're more than great.
They're amazing. I should get one.
Everyone needs a Big Muff or 3. That's a fact.
All right, well, I'll close my eyes and we'll get into the next one, right?
Yep.
All right. So, is this on?
No.
It's not?
No. At least I hope it's not on. I can't see the LED. They just turn all the knobs all the way up.
It kind of sounds like it did almost exactly like what the last pedal did.
I mean, it's essentially doing the same thing. We just talked about it. It's all really splitting hairs.
Is this one like an overdrive?
You're exactly right. So
Yes!
this is a Wampler Bell. It's based on not the green overdrive, but the other green overdrive, Noble's ODR1. So this one's designed to sound like a Tweed Bassman, which is one of the classic Fender amps. I think it's 57 or 59. It's a late 50s Tweed Fender. is what it's designed to sound like. The orange will totally do this on its own, but it's cool to be able to step on this and do it. If you want to see the top, put it back in Wampler mode.
Oh wow, it is pretty neat looking.
So what's cool about this one, it does have a bass control, so I can take some of the tub out. Let me set it where I normally would here. Try that.
Let's see.
So that's off, that's on.
Oops.
Yep.
Did the same thing twice.
So the whole point of an overdrive is more color. It's more texture, less than anything else. And as we'll find out later, a lot of it has to do with EQ and trying to get up over a band. So this pedal's giving you a little bit of boost in the right frequencies that if you wanted to play a solo, you could boost your volume a little bit, but even better is just to boost certain frequencies to help you get out of the mix and peak out a little bit. That's most of what overdrive pedals are for. A Tube Screamer, your famous green overdrive, has a huge bump in the upper mids, not in the upper mids, that helps you get up over a band. That's the whole point of it existing.
All right.
But
pretty cool. Sounds really good.
yeah, this pedal's awesome. An ODR1 is really awesome too. All the Nobles are. This is not a very modified pedal. He just added a bass control on it, and then it's got a different clipping mode here on the little secret push button on the side.
Fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the color of this one. This one kind of looks sick.
All right, we ready?
Yeah.
Do you want to strum a little bit and then I'll click the button? Hopefully this is not going to blow us up.
Is this a distortion pedal?
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. I love distortion. It's the only one that I really use a lot is the DS one, because that's baby's first distortion pedal.
So this one's kind of cool. I bought this because I didn't want to buy the more expensive version of it. This is the FOD. It stands for F off and die.
Ah.
It's a song by the band that inspired this pedal, Green Day. There's another version of this pedal called the Dookie Drive.
Hold on, you said Green Day?
It will literally nail it. This is the Green Day sound in a box. But what he does in Green Day is he runs two different amps set differently. There's one that's got kind of a mid-scoop that's got more gain, and one that's got a mid-push that has a little less gain for the clarity. So this actually has two complete amp circuits in it. And then you can blend between them here, get a tone knob. This only controls the gain of one of the two of them, and then you've got your master output. Pretty cool. This one's got a mid-scoop. I think it's slightly, or a mid-control. So you can either do mid-bump, flat, or mid-scoop depending on your amp. For how that amp's set, flat was going to be the best. But they say it's slightly revoiced from the Dookie, but they stopped making the Dookie to make this, and then stopped making this when the Dookie came back out. That's pretty suspicious to me. But it's cool. It's red sparkle.
Yeah, I think the case of this one looks really cool.
Yeah, you can actually feel it. Like, it's not like kind of sparkle. It's like you can feel the flake.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. I'm excited for Logan to get his hands on this one.
this kind of works, like you were saying, kind of similar to the big muff. What does distortion actually do? Like, how does it change your sound?
So it's all about how much it's doing to the sound and what the flavor is. Because it's really gone... I hate this. I really hate this. It's almost like genres in music. There are no hard lines. None of it makes any sense. None of it means anything. But they have to label them something in order to sell them. So
Okay.
Generally, an overdrive will be less vicious than a distortion will be less vicious than a fuzz. But that does not mean anything. The big muff...
Yeah, isn't that all super subjective?
It is. And actually, the big muff is really funny because most people call that a fuzz distortion because it does both really, really well.
When I played it, I thought it was a distortion pedal.
Right. You know, this doesn't get fuzzy in the top end, but a lot of distortion pedals can. A lot of fuzz pedals get overdrivey on the bottom. You know, it really just depends on the design parameters of the circuit, how it works in your rig, and really how you use it. But yeah, it's a lot like genres. It doesn't really matter in the long run.
All right, we moving on?
Next pedal.
Next pedal, please. See, I know that one a little bit. Baby's first song, right?
035, baby.
035. What is it?
6'5".
Oh, 6'5". Okay. Oh, that's easy.
Not that you noticed, but I've been turning the pedal on and off.
Oh. Oops. What is happening?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing?
Absolutely nothing's happening.
So nothing's happening when you're turning this on and off.
Not right now. Something could be happening.
Something could be happening. Well, do one of the things that could be happening while I'm doing this. Is that like an EQ box or something?
Exactly.
Oh, cool. That's neat. Can I see the front of it?
It's a 10-band, all with sliders.
Oh, wow. I have no idea what's going on.
This is a really cool like sculpting EQ. This is very similar to what you would use in a DAW. I'm pointing to the computer, no one can see. So you have different frequencies. You have an input volume, an output volume, and then you can boost and do different stuff here. So this works as a really good boost. It also works as a splitter, and then you can do different EQ stuff. What most people will do is just make a smiley face out of it and get rid of mids, because that's what people like, I guess. But there's a lot of options, and you can fix a lot of stuff. This is a cool utility to have on your pedal board. It's also this is a really good sounding EQ. The XR 10 band's probably the best one. Plus all the little things like that. It's just so satisfying. There's little detents in the middle, so you know when it's at 0.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's doing something.
Yeah, it's doing something.
It's all about...
It's very subtle.
Yeah, it's about fixing small things.
Yeah, I feel like if you had like 10 other pedals plugged into this, you could play around with it a lot.
Right, so that's why that's why it's here at this point in the pedal board chain we've been going through, is it's at the end of your overdrives so that you can sculpt some of that tone to be what you need it to, because a lot of drives just don't do exactly what you need. It's also really good for fixing like bad sounding rooms if you're playing a gig, or just really irritating the sound guy if he's making you mad. You can undo everything he's doing in real time. Some good stuff.
The sound guy pisses you off, you kick your EQ pedal. Next pedal.
We gotta switch it back to 9 volts.
Yep.
Yeah, before we blow up a pedal.
Ready?
Yep.
You'll probably want some chords.
Oh, want some chords for this one?
Yeah.
Is that like reverb?
Nope.
Or chorus pedal?
You pretty close.
Pretty close. I don't know what any of the other ones are called. An echo pedal.
No, you were closer a second ago. So it's definitely a modulation.
Like a rebound? I don't know.
Which is funny. Okay, so you want to see it? Because you're not going to know anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the modulation is yet.
So
That's so cool.
yeah, this is a Walrus Polychrome. So this is a flanger, but the pedal it's based on is called a polychorus.
I'm sorry, a flanger?
Yeah.
What is a flanger?
It's kind of like a chorus, but if you added like a phaser in too, so like
like a phaser and a chorus like mashed together.
Sort of. It's kind of like the good parts of both. A flanger will actually do phase or chorus or kind of delay. So like it's in flange mode right now, but to do that you should get a delay now.
What was that?
Me turning knobs.
It's just you turning knobs. I like that. It's cool.
A flanger is probably my favorite out of the modulation bunch because it's probably the most versatile. I'm a big fan of tremolo as well, but
So you would want like the modulators after the EQ stuff?
generally, I mean, EQ can kind of go anywhere. This is something that would probably be in the effects loop of the amp if you had it. So an EQ could pretty much go anywhere. It's all really personal preference. It's what you like into what. So like on my personal board, this actually goes before a distortion pedal so that I can hit the drive with some flange. Flanger and analog delay both really work well into a drive pedal too, but it's all about experimenting, and then you find that you like it every direction, and then that's how you end up with 25 pedals on your pedal board. It's because you need multiples of stuff just to be able to use them in different combinations stacked. This was our modulation pick for this board just because this thing's so freaking versatile. I love this pedal.
Yeah, it does seem like you can do a lot.
It definitely can.
Next pedal.
You've been flanged, sir.
Is this thing on?
Do you want it to be on?
Sure.
Which side?
Which side?
Yeah.
There's sides to this?
I'll just turn them both on, whatever.
What is happening? I mean, we were just talking about synth pedals, but I don't know if this is one of them. This isn't a synth pedal, is it? Carl? No. What is happening here?
I'm turning knobs as you're playing.
What's going on?
Sorry, trails are on. Whoops.
Is that some kind of like loop thing?
No.
Or
Hold on, it's going to be doing that for the next couple minutes. It's off.
what?
It's just trails are on.
What is that thing? And why is it so terrifying?
It's
What horror movie? What horror movie ass pedal is this?
This is a Keeley Caverns. This is a reverb and delay. I just turned most of the knobs all the way up. That's all.
Oh my god. Holy.
It's fine. I need to turn trails off before I start turning knobs. Well, a delay oscillating is normal, but you normally don't oscillate a delay with trails on, because now that's never going to stop. Because what happens is you set the delay in a way that it feeds back onto itself, and it just creates an infinite feedback loop. And normally when you stop the button, that'll stop happening. But since I have trails on,
It doesn't
it
stop.
rings forever.
Yeah.
Neat fact. I don't think it's still going. That should be long enough. Nope.
Well, Carl, thank you for showing me all the pedals. This was all the like baseline pedals that I should look out for like my first pedal board, right?
Yeah, that was the whole point of today, was to give you a ground level understanding of what different pedal types are.
No, it was definitely a great way to kind of get myself introduced to all these pedals. Definitely going to be on the lookout for a nicer overdrive or distortion. Probably what was the one you were telling me? That fuzz pedal? The Big Muff, I think it was. I think I'm going to pick up one of those.
Everyone needs a Big Muff. That's a fact.
You know what? I agree. Well, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure to look down below for the like and subscribe buttons, and see you guys next time.